everybody, welcome back to another pick a card reading. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you decided to join us. Today's reading is all about the advice from your mommy. Okay, this is our Mother's Day special, and I'm super excited to get into it and see what advice comes out. All right, but before we do, I want to go ahead and just give the usual disclaimer that these readings are for an unseen general collective. So make sure to take what resonates, and then if it doesn't resonate, then it is for somebody else. Okay, so for the groups today, I do have our images that you can choose from as always, but I also have some cards that I just shuffled out to represent each group. So we're going to go ahead and get into the cards for each group. Okay, so group one is going to be the Page of Pentacles. Okay, group one is the Page of Pentacles. All right, group two is going to be Judgment. All right, group two is Judgment. And then group three is going to be the Five of Cups. All right, so I'll show you those again. Group one, group two, group three, group one, group two, group three. Okay, so those are your objects for this reading. Like I said, you're welcome to choose from the images that are in the thumbnail, whatever works best for you. Okay, make sure to take your time, make sure to go with what resonates with you. All right, and I will catch you guys at your readings.
Hi, group one. Welcome to your reading. We're going to get into advice from your mother. I am considering doing a similar reading around Father's Day. So if you're interested in that, let me know. All right. But let me go ahead and shuffle your cards, group one, and I will catch you on the other side. Group one, your mother's advice is, it looks like your mom wants you to kind of keep things close to your chest at this time, okay? Your mom sees that you're currently working on something, or they feel like you're working towards something. You have some type of success, you have some type of money or material gain or wealth, resources that your mom wants you to be a bit more protective of. We have this Nine of Wands here, okay? She's telling you to speak less, right? Let less people in, right? I'm also getting like just close to you. Don't let people too close to you, okay? So I am getting that, maybe because at the bottom here we have this Queen of Pentacles. So I'm getting that for some of you, you may have gotten a new job, moved to a new place, got a new home, or you just have a nice home. You have a nice life. There's something about the life you've built for yourself, right? Your fortress, that your mother is kind of wanting you to be selective regarding who comes near it, right? But these wands, Nine of Wands often make me think of blocked, right? But this looks more like she has a barrier or a cage around herself, right? And so maybe this advice would feel like your mom wants you to cage yourself up, but it's more like she sees it as making sure that you are, making sure, don't just have the fortification, actually employ it, right? Employ the defenses that you have made, right? Like if you have a nice house, or if you have a home that you've bought, your mom wants you to stop living at that man house or something like that, right? They want you to stop. They want you to actually live in your house, right? They're like, if you built all this, enjoy it, right? Don't keep seeking outward, or don't keep letting people in to this sanctuary, right, that you've created, okay? So it's more like your mom wants you to just kind of defend what it is you've worked for. Don't lose sight of, you know, all the efforts that were put into to get you to where you are and where you're trying to go, right? With the High Priestess here, your mom wants you, her advice to you is to remember what she taught you. I'm hearing, remember what I taught you, right? Common sense, right? Your mom might like to say a lot of things about what is or isn't common sense. Your mom wants you to tap into that intuition or that inner knowing, right? That the guidance. Your mom feels like she has set you up pretty well to either read people or read situations. And she wants you to, like I say, employ that. Employ those defenses that you have, that you've cultivated throughout your life, right? Don't forget your training. Don't forget what you've worked for, right? What you've been trained to do. Because while with the Queen of Pentacles, yes, you have been trained or you have worked hard for this success, but at the same time, it's not the material it's not just the material success that you've worked for, right? You've also worked for the knowledge to protect this or maintain this, right? And so your mother may be very concerned about you losing what it is that you've worked for, right? By not being mindful of, you know, the kind of people, or, you know, the people I'm hearing take with you, the people you take with you, right? We have the 10 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. And so your mother wants you to, like I said, this is about the work you've done. Having this underneath the High Priestess, it's like all of this is because of the work, right? The work, okay? The effort. Right? You need to be intuitive because I'm asking you to be intuitive because, right? So it's like this 9 of Wands. It's like, don't let everybody know where you live. Don't invite everybody into your house. Don't reveal your wealth or your riches to everyone. And I am looking at, I mean, this Queen of Pentacles kind of looks like she's sitting in like a wooden pot or something, or maybe a tub. And so witches, right? Maybe there may be people who feel suspicious about you. Maybe you are witchy. Your mom knows that you're kind of witchy. Your mom is just basically saying, like, some stuff is for you to keep to yourself. Don't reveal everything. Don't let everybody see everything. You know what I mean? And with the High Priestess and the 10 of Wands, it's like, I'm asking you to do this. I'm asking you to tap into your intuition, because that was the real work, right? That was the real work. That was the real, you know, this mental fortitude. That is the real work that we need to defend, right? We didn't do all of that for nothing, right? We didn't build all this for nothing, right? You didn't become who you are just to throw it all away because you didn't want to listen to your gut. You just wanted to have some friends, or you just wanted to date that guy, right? Underneath here, we'll get into this, but underneath here we have illusions matter. So your mother wants you to be mindful of misdirected energy. We have anger as misdirected. Be mindful of misdirected energy. Be mindful of casting illusions over yourself, right? And we do this when we are in denial about certain things. We might create a lie to believe. We'll put ourselves in an illusion, you know, to maintain our mental peace when we can't accept the truth. And so your mother wants you to always remain truthful. Be accepting of the truth. Accept things as they are, right? With the High Priestess, like I'm saying, don't forget your training. You can see through the veil. You can read situations well. Employ this. Okay? And with this anger is often misdirected. I'm also getting this energy around frustration. You may be feeling frustrated about something, and your mother is concerned that this could cause you to do things you may regret, right? Or do things from a place of lack as opposed from a place of abundance or a place of strategy. All right. But illusions matter. Your mother, with this last card here, Travel Light, your mother wants you, her advice for you is to be willing to leave things behind, right? Don't weigh yourself down as you travel, right? As you continue to grow and evolve. Don't weigh yourself down with relationships or obligations that don't ultimately fit fit with you, right? Don't force things, right? Don't clutter your energy, right? There's an energy around don't clutter your energy, because cluttering your energy can clutter your intuition, right? Or cloud your intuition, right? Like, for example, let's say you live with 3 other roommates. That's very, very different than living with just one other roommate, right? With 3 other roommates, it may always feel kind of like a party, right, at home. Maybe a couple of those roommates like to invite friends over. Maybe they do like to party. Now they're out on the patio and there's all this noise and there's all these extra dishes and there's always somebody sleeping over and there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like having this busy house versus having a house that isn't busy. Your mother wants you to keep your house not so busy, right? Don't have so many people. And this could be about a house. I'm not seeing anything specifically about a house with this Queen of Pentacles, but it's definitely, I'm getting this metaphor around a house and it being cluttered. It's your house. You paid for it. You built it. You worked hard to get to where you needed to be to get this house. And this is like your ideal house. You have plans for this house. But as soon as you get this house, now you got a man who want to love you right. You got all these friends that want you to babysit their kids and y'all need to have play dates and he want to move in, or maybe he don't want to move in. Maybe he want to marry you, but in order to marry him, he wants you to sell your house because he think y'all should buy a house together. It's giving that. Your mother wants you to kind of keep your head on a swivel in this season because you're about to gain. I feel like if you're not already gaining or you haven't already gained something, you are about to gain something. Your mother feels like you are working towards something very stable, very significant. And there's this energy of like, don't let people come in and trick you out of this reward or out of this prize. Don't let them trick you out of what you worked for, right? Travel light. Remember, you're doing this for yourself. Okay. So that's all I have for you. I think that is sufficient for your mother's advice. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. As you can see, I'm only going to be pulling 3 cards for this reading, so it's going to be a little short. I just have a few things I need to do, and I'm kind of behind schedule today. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and just get right into your mommy's advice. I'm going to shuffle your cards and I will catch you on the other side. Group 2, I'm getting an interesting narrative here. It's a lot more specific than group 1, okay? I'm getting your mother. Your mother is, there's a scenario here that your mom is focused on about you in a new relationship, but also there's this energy of a past relationship, okay? And your mother feels like you are, in many ways, holding on to the pain of this past relationship to the point where you're not really allowing another person, this new person. It's almost like your mother feels like you're not giving this new person a fair chance, right? Or they feel like you are holding on to this past relationship that is just no longer working, right? So for some of you, your mother wants you to leave your current relationship, right? Your mother wants you to get a divorce, move out, walk out, something like that. Some others of you, your mother wants you, you're not in a relationship right now, but your mother knows that you are still really hurt or hung up over some past relationship. And
she wants you to give this new guy a chance, okay? So let's get into it. The first card here, we have the Five of Pentacles. So your mother feels like there's a situation here that's really not being given enough energy or devotion, right? Either you're not giving this new person the devotion that they need, or you're not really, you don't have enough to give this new person. You don't have the energy, you don't have the time, you don't have the resources, right? You're not giving this person a fair shot. For others of you, your mother with this Five of Pentacles feels like your current relationship is lacking, right? It's suffering. You know, you and this current partner are not really happy together, okay, is what I'm getting. And then with this Page of Cups, I'm seeing this as this new individual who like is interested in you. So for some of you, your mom could be trying to set you up with a specific person. But for others of you, this is more so about your emotions, right? Your emotions, where there's a need in you or a desire in you for a crush, for a love, for something, even a fling, right? Maybe you just want affection. Maybe your current partner isn't complimenting you, isn't making you feel beautiful. This Page of Cups kind of represents the part of you that is like wanting just the little things, right? It's like that sad point in the relationship, or a sad part in a bad relationship, where you just want this person to tell you good morning, right? You just want this person to tell you look good today, right? Like you're longing for these little, you know, shows of affection that you're not getting. And your mother kind of sees this as, you know, sad. Like she wants you to be able to get this feeling, right? And I feel like that's why it's showing up in this double-sided energy, because for some of you who have left this relationship, there is now somebody around who has a little crush on you, who wants to tell you that you look pretty today. They want to ask you out for a coffee or ice cream, right? Like it's a page, right? I know that's like controversial these days, but look, when I was in college, I was good for an ice cream date. I had a favorite spot that had my favorite flavors, and they would make my flavors into a milkshake. And when I tell you, that was, if he didn't know where to go, that was my favorite. That was my go-to little spot. You know what I'm saying? But this person is like, they still don't know you, is what I'm getting, right? With the page. It's like, so I'm not seeing them necessarily being like, oh yeah, I want to, you know, give you everything. This person doesn't know you. They want to get to know you, right? There's somebody who just wants to get to know you. They just want to have a little chat, right? They just want to be able to chat you up for just a moment, just to get a vibe, because from afar, they think you're cute. They think you're sweet. They're interested. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all get what I'm saying. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting here. Like your mother wants you to kind of lean into this new love, right? Overall, for both groups, whichever narrative that you're resonating with more, your mother is wanting you to kind of lean more into a new, fresh love, as opposed to an old love, right? And I want to talk about the Five of Pentacles here, because at the bottom of this deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And it was interesting because under the Ten of Pentacles, we have a Page of Swords, and then we have this Four of Swords, okay? So I'm getting here, your mom might know that you're, okay, let's just stop. Let's move. Let's talk slow, okay? So, with the Ten of Pentacles here, I definitely feel like this is about history, right? I heard history, all these coffins, right? And it's almost giving like you are still living in the past. You're still holding on to the dead in a way, right? And so for some of you, maybe you were married, right? You did have a divorce, right? Or a breakup. It's in the past. But maybe this was a person you had a lot of history with. You were with them for a long time. And so in many ways, with this Ten of Pentacles being under the Five of Pentacles, you're still in this marriage. You're still connected to this past relationship. And it's keeping you from being able
to have enough to give on the front end. You know what I mean? For others of you, you're still married. You're holding on to the relationship, even though in many ways I'm hearing expired. And I never really get this with the Ten of Pentacles, but with the stacks of coffins, I'm getting like, you know, you guys have tried. You have tried and tried again, right? You have gone through so many cycles. For some of you, you don't even have a child with this person, or if you do have a child, you know, y'all are no longer at the point where y'all need to like stay together to even co-parent, right? There's something here around like feeling tied, like you cannot leave this relationship, right? This is your family, you know, and I totally empathize with that, because divorce, especially when you have children and other assets involved, it's not just leaving a person, it's leaving a life. It's leaving a life behind that in many ways you believe will always hopefully be around, right? And so with the Ten of Pentacles, you're just kind of stuck. You're stuck either in this marriage or in the past hurt and pain of this old relationship, right? You're mentally still in that relationship. Then we had this Page of Swords here. So I'm getting like there's somebody waiting on you, right? There's someone waiting on you, group 2, waiting for you to give them a chance, waiting for you to give them a talk, right? And I'm getting for some of you, this new person, you have been talking to them, you have been entertaining them, you have been, you know, you maybe even flirted with them, entertained a conversation, who knows? But underneath the Page of Swords, we had this Four of Swords. And so your mother kind of sees you your mother sees you holding back a lot from this new, fresh energy, right? Holding back a lot from taking a new leap of faith, whether it's to leave a relationship and go towards, you know, finding a love that actually suits you, or you've already left this relationship, but you're not energetically willing to give this new person a chance, or maybe it's not a new specific person. It could be anybody. Maybe there's multiple people who are interested in you, trying to flirt with you, right? I'm getting church. And I know it's probably because of this, but I'm like, maybe you go to church with your mom and there are a couple guys at the church who are interested in you, and your mom is like, oh, you don't want to talk to Tyrone? Oh, you don't want to talk to Terrence, right? Like, you know, it's giving that vibe. Like your mom wants to set you up, and there are these dudes who are kind of like looking at you like, hey, whenever you're ready to date, like, you know, hit me up, I'm interested. But your mom like sees you leaving them on red with this Page of Swords, right? Your mom kind of sees you ignoring their glances from across the room. Your mom sees you kind of like shut off, even though she knows that you do. Your mom knows you're unfulfilled, right? She knows you're unfulfilled. So it makes her kind of sad to see you so shut off or unwilling to engage, because she knows it's because you're hurt, right? With this Page of Cups here and this Queen of Swords, and then there's an Ace of Cups underneath here. It's like your mom feels like you have become very defensive, right? You've become very defensive from this pain, right? You've become really protective of yourself, right? Because you don't trust, right? Your mom sees that your trust has been broken, right? But underneath here it says you cannot heal what you do not reveal, right? Your mom kind of wants you to really get to the bottom of this pain. Your mom's advice could be to go to therapy, right? With this reveal, right? Your mom's advice could even be to talk to her. Maybe she feels like you aren't talking to her and she's like, hey, just tell me what's wrong. Just come talk to me, right? Maybe you've been kind of trying to do this on your own, right? Maybe you have a hyper independence about you that you've been leaning into ever since, you know, you've been dealing with this pain, and your mom feels like, you know, you dealing with this on your own. She just feels like you're hindering yourself, or you're not really letting yourself be open to what you say you want, because you're still in this defensive energy. And she feels like she feels like maybe you've been in this energy for a while, right? Maybe it's not super, super fresh or new, but she feels like maybe if you had some extra assistance, either by talking to her or going to some therapy or anything, right? Maybe a creative outlet. She feels like then maybe you'll be able to work through this pain a lot quicker, right? You can find yourself a bit more, you might find yourself a bit more open to what you want, right? And I think it's interesting. At the bottom here, we have acting is not pretending. And then we also have don't wait. All right. So your mom she just basically doesn't want you to miss out on opportunity. She basically just doesn't want you to turn away the right girl or gal, right? Gal or what am I saying? Your mom she just doesn't want you to turn away the right guy or gal, right? Because I know some of you may be guys, right? She doesn't want you, or some of you are attracted to men and some of you like women, right? Your mom doesn't want you to turn away the right person because you're still dealing with this pain. And she feels like you trying to deal with this pain on your own in this way is, she's worried that it might, like I say, hinder you, right? And with the acting is not pretending, I feel like this is more so your mother trying to say, like, maybe you don't trust her, or maybe, yeah, I'm getting this as just trust, right? And so it's like something about people acting a certain way. You feel like it's phony. You feel like it's fraudulent. You have a hard time believing that people are who they show themselves to be. Your mom wants you to kind of like heal your perspective that acting is more so it's a sign of intention. Acting is a result of intention, right? When you intend to be a way, right? It doesn't necessarily indicate that somebody is fake or fraudulent, right? Or lying, And so your mom kind of wants you to first be open to people who are stating their intentions to you correctly. Maybe she's seeing people who seem like they have the good intentions. I'm not going to tell you to take your mom's advice. This is just me telling you what her advice is. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. We're going to get into your mommy's advice. As you guys can see, I'm only going to be working with 3 decks today. So this reading may be a little short. I have some things I need to get into. But yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to shuffle your cards and I will catch you on the other side. Okay, Group 3, your mom's advice is kind of interesting. I'm getting that some of you could be relatively young. Maybe you've recently moved away, or you've recently started going out more. Maybe you graduated high school, graduated college, going to college, in college. Your mom's advice is really about, I would say this is like about dating as a whole, right? Your mom wants you to have your guard up, right? Your mom wants you to be protective, okay? So the first card out, we have this Knight of Cups. And then underneath this, we have a Magician. I heard smooth talker, right? This Knight of Cups, like what's in his cup, right? Your mom wants you to be mindful of what's in this guy's cup, right? What is this guy bringing to you? This Knight of Cups is going to come to you. He's going to offer you a drink. He's going to tell you how beautiful you are. He's going to sweet talk you, love bomb you. But your mom, with this Magician underneath, your mom wants you to beware of the schemes and the tricks. Your mom wants you to be aware of, the distortions that some of these guys orchestrate behind the scenes, right? And I'm getting the strong energy around watching your drink, right? Like I said, what is in this cup? What is this Magician mixing up to present to you in this cup, right? And look, oh, I didn't even notice that. This Knight of Cups, he's a Knight of Cups, but he's not holding a cup. He's holding his head, right? His head is this smoking jack-o'-lantern. You can't even tell because the camera crazy, right? But his head is a smoking jack-o'-lantern, right? And in many ways, it's like, is that his head? Is it a mask? If he can remove his head this way, right? He's coming to feed you a mask. He's coming to offer you this smoking mask, this poison, this toxin, this illusion, right? And so your mother wants you to watch your drink. Be mindful of what you sip, right? When a guy is coming to you and he wants to love bomb you, be mindful of the things he's saying, right? Because what he says to you is going to reveal to you what he thinks is going to trap you, right? People think I'm crazy. If you listen to a guy when he's love bombing you, he is saying everything that he believes about what will trap you. He is telling you what he believes you care about. And he's trying to use it to leverage you to care more. He's trying to get you to care, right? And so your mom, and then with the Seven of Wands, being defensive. Underneath that, we had another Knight of Cups. Somebody wants to offer you a drink. Your mom is really, really concerned about you getting taken advantage of, right? Being lied to and taking the drink that was offered. Your mom is worried about you, you know what I'm saying? Taking that drink and not being able to protect yourself, right? Right? Your mom, like I said, some of you could be partying. Your mom is uncomfortable about you partying. Maybe you're just not home. She's uncomfortable about you not being home. You're not sleeping at home. And she just really, really wants you to be very aware of the schemes and tricks that men do, right? Because we have beasts use their teeth. Man uses his hands. Ooh, like I said, your mom wants you to be aware of what men do, right? A beast is going to come at you, you know, on the front end, right? A beast is going to tell you who they are with these teeth. A beast is going to be very clear, right? There's not going to be any runarounds, right? With a man, but that uses his hands, I'm getting innovation. I'm getting trickery, right? Witchcraft. Men, I'm getting manipulation, right? A man is not going to come at you bearing teeth and trying to attack you or prey on you on the front end. He is going to use more, you know, tactful, you know, strategies, right? He's going to do things that are going to be a bit more undercover or subtle, i.e., putting something in your drink, following you home, right? Love bombing you and making you think that he's this or that and the third, and turns out he's not that at all, right? And when I tell you the tricks, there are so many tricks, and no woman at any age is safe or immune to having these tricks employed on her. You can be a child, and these tricks that men do can be employed on you, right? Where they, on the front end, pretend to be one thing just so they can set up a play. I remember when I was younger, I was watching this documentary about, you know, ex African tray, you know what I'm saying, right? And this little girl, she was a runaway. I would say maybe 13, 14. A runaway girl who was taken advantage of by an older man who came to her with this cup. He came to her with a cup, just like this, and made himself seem safe, acted like he was her boyfriend. This little girl thought this grown man was her boyfriend. Even after he first sold her to somebody for sex, he was still in her face having this little girl believe that this was her boyfriend. But he turned out just to be a pimp, right? And so it's like your mom wants you to be vigilant, because the streets are shiesty. And there's plenty warlocks / magicians out here playing tricks. Your mom, I'm also hearing drugs. Your mom is worried about you using drugs because your mom doesn't want you to get drugged, right? Like it's very, you know what I mean? It's pretty straightforward. The card underneath here, we has what is faith without accountability. Your mother, in many ways, your mom might be a religious person, might be conservative. She kind of wants you to remember your faith, right? She wants you to be a good, I'm hearing Christian. She wants to be a good Christian girl, right? While you're out there on that college campus, okay? But at the same time, she's also just wanting you to just be responsible with that accountability. She wants you to remember that you are responsible for yourself, right? No matter what, right? And this is not coming off like victim blaming. Your mom just wants you to be safe. It's like when girls go to the bathroom together, or never, if we all come together, we all leave together. Those things hold us accountable, right? It's our way of doing our part based on what we know. And so your mom just wants you to don't go out there naive. Don't be green, right? Don't, I know we are all idealistic. We want the world to be a good place. We all wish that we could do this or that. We wish we could run outside at night alone. But your mom wants you to be smart. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, Group 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and have a happy Mother's Day.